Looks like some people are freaking showing up at the racetrack. I wish I could drive that. That's the lesson. If I take the lesson next year, that's what I'm going to be driving. Nice car. Nice cockpit. How to prevent theft.
You probably noticed already, but all my videos are in stereoscopic 3D, and this causes huge problems with YouTube's new player. Click the first link in the description. This is gonna open a flash version of the YouTube player, which fully supports my videos. If you don't plan on watching in 3D, or if you're using Mac or mobile, then click the second link in the description. That will open a 2D daily motion version of this video.
Alright, welcome to Stereo 3D Productions. Today we're going to do something we have not done in a while. I'm going to be loading up iRacing. And there's a specific reason for it this time. I actually have an objective. I plan on visiting a local speedway called Sanair Speedway in a couple of days. And I plan on going there with my own car. Now, it's not much of a car. It's a Veloster base model, not the turbo. So I'm not going to reach very high speeds in the straight lines. But I'm probably going to have a whole lot of fun in the turns with 17-inch tires, 17-inch wheels. And I do like the shape of that car, whereas it has a very wide grip on the road compared to, say, a freaking Hyundai Accent. So I'm probably, all in all, going to have some fun with the car, but obviously not going to be doing some blazing speeds. Sanair is a 0.9-mile triangular oval. I would like to call it a tri-oval, but it isn't quite, by definition, the tri-oval. Tri-oval is super broad. I mean, Texas Motor Speedway fits in the league of tri-ovals, if you want. Daytona Speedway is arguably a tri-oval. So the definition is so broad that I prefer calling a track like Sanair a triangular oval. Now, in iRacing, there happens to be another triangular oval. Oh, by the way, iRacing developers, I can't seem to be able to find Sanair Speedway. Would very much like to find Sanair Speedway in there. Okay, no, but there is Pocono, and Pocono would be another kind of triangle oval. So basically your turns 1 and 3 are kind of like a late apex carousel, whereas your turn 2 in the back is more or less of a dog leg. The turns are taken very road course-like. You brake, you downshift, and you need to take that goddamn apex very late, otherwise you will hit the wall. Especially with an unforgiving car. So the only problem here is that Pocono is 2 miles long, and the track that I plan on attending is 0.9 miles long. Now, I never went on much ovals before. Most I've done is a half-mile short track. So already with ovals, I'm still new in terms of real-life driving, and this will be my first experience on a triangle oval. So what I figured I'd do is just get a general idea of how to drive on that type of track. Of course, Pocono is much larger than Sanair, so what I figured I'd do is I'd take a car that's going to go twice as fast as mine or more, a car that is highly unforgiving, and try to drive that on Pocono Speedway. Now, the difference between Pocono Speedway and Sanair in terms of shape, Pocono is it has more of a steep turn 1 and 3 angle, whereas your turn 2 is more of a true dog leg. And at Sanair, your turns 1 and 3 will be more even, and there'll be a little bit of a less steep angle, but then again, turn 2 becomes more of a carousel of its own instead of a dog leg, something between the two. So, we're gonna go take a look at this lovely Pocono track. Alright, so let's get the hell out of the pits and drive this monster. Now, I know that I'm driving, by the way, a rear-wheel drivetrain, whereas my car, the Veloster, is a front-wheel drivetrain, but that does not really matter right now. The object of this exercise It's not necessarily to feel like this is my car on that speedway. It's to learn the speedway itself, or even there, it's to learn the style of track itself. It's not even to learn the speedway, because it's not even the same speedway, but it will give me a great impression of how to properly take a very late apex. Let's go. Now, of course, it's not my first time on this track. Neither is it with this car, so I've done this before. Done a little practicing. And turns out it's extremely unforgiving. But after a while, you can actually get a pretty good hang of it. Get a little confused from that example I got. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. What the hell was that crap, Chris? That's right, bitch. Warm up them fucking tires and stop doing that shit, Chris. If you get angry on this track during a race, you're probably gonna end up in the trees over there. You can't get angry on this track. Alright, oh shit, that braking was so late. That's pretty good actually, because I kept the car there. There we go. Alright, let's try that fourth gear thing. Probably gonna work out great for me now. What I heard the guys doing here is they downshift to third and keep it in third all the way to the end. Ooh. Oh! It's much more maneuverable in fourth gear over there. Third gear tends to give you too much wheel spin. I would have lost it there had that been in third gear. And here we go. There we go. It's starting to do starting to make some sense here with the times. All horsepower. No downforce. Alright, switch cars. Alright, this time we're going from all horsepower, no downforce to no horsepower, no weight, all downforce. This is the IndyCar 2012 model, the Dallara DW12. DW standing for Dan Whedon, another driver that unfortunately passed away in an incident in Las Vegas. Again, I'll reiterate Badass Wilson because I'm on the track that faced tragedy this year, and find that really unfortunate. This track's really nice. I don't think that, I don't think IndyCar needed that, but shit happens, and that was shit. That was complete shit. If you're interested in checking out what happened, go ahead. I'm not gonna do this here. We're gonna focus on happy thoughts driving a race car. It's a rear wheel powertrain again, so this is not going to be representative at all of the type of drive, but still I am in the process of driving on this track, learning the general aspects of a triangular oval. Let's go! I can go much faster with this car, but I still do have to downshift. And I can touch the aprons with this car too. God damn, that was fast. Shit. beat the fourth there. That's fucking insane. A really ordinary car here. It is well, according to the simulator, equipped for racing. You can see the roll cage and everything. But this is a Mazda MX-5. This is a roadster, for fuck's sake. This is like an ordinary low horsepower car. I do believe it has 5 gears. 6 gears. Okay, so it's kind of like my Veloster in that respect. It is a forward drivetrain, so that's going to be normal. And, well, that's it. Let's go give this a shot. It's probably going to take me 3 hours to finish the whole track at these speeds. But it's going to give me more of a real-world feel of this track. So why am I going on a tri-oval with my car when I know it's not going to go very fast? On a short tri-oval on top of that. Why am I doing that? Well, because this kind of track is great for drill. I haven't been on a racetrack in a while. I do intend on going back more often, but I need to get back to business. And to get back to business, I figured a tri-oval would be perfect. You're doing the same thing over and over, and you're getting better and better at it without having to mind about too many things at once. Letting faster cars pass on this kind of track is probably less of a big deal than on a road course. I do remember on a road course, a lot of cars that are faster than you during practice day, and you gotta let everybody through, and it's sort of part of the management. The day I'm going to that speedway, I'll probably shit. Yeah, that was fucked up. I'll probably end up alone on the track, so that's a really fun thing. It's gonna be like a testing day all to myself. Ooh, okay, I'm reaching the limit of the car, which is good. So, probably have the whole track to myself, which is lovely to begin with. And the design is great to just do drill. It's excellent to actually get back into it if you haven't been there in a while, if you haven't been to a racetrack in a while. That's something you're probably gonna like a whole lot. I've always wanted to do this on this channel in regards to driving simulations. I do believe that iRacing is an excellent learning tool, and my first opportunity to use it as a learning tool and then apply what I've learned in a real-life context. Let's go do that, shall we? Go figure, these guys have a contest going on, a lapping contest. And the guy told me that very few people actually submit their videos. He might actually be in luck here, or not in luck. How much did they give to the winner? 400 bucks. I would actually ask them for 4 lapping sessions here. They're about 100 bucks. They are $100 each. So, and I think he left the out open for me so I can go have lunch and shit. I'm literally on my left to my own device on this track today. So yeah, they even have a YouTube link example. So I think they picked the right guy to give this paper to, because it looks like I'm gonna be making a video anyways. All right, so we're rolling. This time I'm gonna be doing the oval. I've already got a bit of practice on it, and it's very enjoyable, by the way. For those of you who think like, oh, you'd be going in circles, you'd be surprised. It's actually rather enjoyable. So we're gonna go through this section here that was the road course. Here's something interesting. I noticed that my camera mount does shake a little bit. However, the stabilizer, the motion stabilizer on the camera does an interesting effect where it's moving my dash around and the road stays steady, which I really found interesting. All right, so this is gonna be different from the last run where I was on the road course destroying my car. This time I'm gonna go destroy my engine. Basically, I'm not going to go onto the road course. Staying on to the big track. My biggest regret right now is coming to life. I used to have a Dodge SRT4, and I'm really wishing I had taken it here. The only risk is I would have fucking wrecked it. Because you can go really fast on this track. I mean, your car is the limit, basically. slightly hard on the brakes there. A little too hard. Normally when there's other people on the track, they put cones. But it looks like today, I don't have any cones. The guy did a few laps with me and he was like, yeah, you're good. It's like, have you ever practiced on a triangular oval? I'm like, yeah, I did a few laps on Pocono in a sim to get an idea of the shape. And he's like, that's good. This is a whole lot of fucking fun. Where in the world do you get the permission to do whatever the fuck you want with your car? At the Speedway. And even there, you normally don't get the whole track to yourself like this. This is like going to practice hockey and getting the whole rink to yourself. My car too long like this, as the engine gets hot, the tires get hot, and my brake bias is too far back as well. I would actually need more brake bias in the front if I could adjust it, which I can't, so probably ask them about that at the dealership. And if they ask why, well, I don't know. When I get out of my driveway, I want more brakes in the back. Yeah, because I noticed my front wheels are fucking hot after that run on the road course, and my rear wheels were fucking cold. It's like the brakes aren't even working on it. Oh, another 10 minutes. That's fun. So, probably gonna do another shot of road course, another shot of oval, and then I'll go take lunch. I'm actually particularly thirsty. And from what I understand, I can come back here anytime I want. I forget where the underpass is. I'll find it. Oh my God. I am, I think it's over there. I just saw it. Okay, cool. I am huffing and puffing. I am exhausted. Go for the road course for now. We'll do the super oval after. I'll take my blinkers off. I'm in my car right now. I fucking had to take off my big shirt, even though it's cold out. I'm getting fucking burning hot in here. Alright, so this is gonna actually be part of what we'll be driving on for now. That felt weird. Okay. fucked it up. Better, fucked up the downshift again. I don't know what's wrong with me in that section all of a sudden. Damn. Holy shit, I am actually gushing sweat. I'm actually gushing it. That looks much better than the last fucking time. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I arrived here with a full tank of gas, and it's almost empty. We're gonna go on the super speedway another 10-minute-ish run. And then I'm gonna go have lunch. I don't know if I'm gonna come back. I'm fucking out of gas. I got 1/4 of my tank left and the weight's been going down. This is probably my last run before I need to top off again. And I'm now at 13 liters per 100 kilometers, so really downing that gas. All right, so my traction control is off. It's been off the whole time, by the way, if you wonder. If you own this car and wish to drive it in a racetrack, I recommend you turn that shit off. So, here we go. I do believe I'm rolling. Yes, I'm rolling. All right, and the road course is just debilitating. It's exhausting. I have to keep an eye. I'm not yet used to other cars on this track, but if the guy goes onto the track, I sort of have to be mindful of that. I would qualify this kind of driving as furious. This is furious. This is just like Pocono, by the way. You don't downshift in that turn. You don't need to, but this one you really do. And the other one as well. 1 and 3 needs a downshift, stay in 4th for turn 2. There we go. Oh, that was a really good one. Gotta watch out though, because I'm carrying more speed now into the dog leg. Pit this lap, pit this lap, pit this lap. So if there's something that's similar to in real life driving and the simulator, is that I get exhausted. I get fucking exhausted. This is really, wow. And now I need fuel. I'm gonna need fuel to finish my day. It's 1 p.m. I'm gonna go grab something to drink and something to eat and come back and see if I still have my solo track. Alright, I'm gonna do a little camera shutdown here, change up and shit. Man, my helmet is vomiting all over the seat. I think my helmet is dying. Here, go for a little cool air. Oh. Alright, this is where we get back to the speedway. Little underpass. Alright, turn and you're in the infield here. Probably see the rest of the track. Wondering now, is that Audi on the track? That Audi never fucking went on the track, so this guy is actually not gonna go on the track. So I still have this entire place to myself. Or at least as far as the eye can see. Which is pretty cool. Alright, so we're going for the speedway. And then we're going for a little run in the road course. And maybe I'll just close the day with some speedway, but for now, let's do some speedway. get this turn really fucking well. Fucking flat out some parts of this track I wasn't flat out on earlier. I am flat out. Definitely not here. As of here, I'm flat. Flat, flat, flat. Upshift. Ease off a bit. Flat. Flat, 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 flat. Downshift. Ease off. Flat. Flat, 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 flat. Flat, 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 flat. I even hit the limiter. Flat, 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 flat. Flat. All right, ease off. Flat. Flat, 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 flat out. Flat out. All right, pit this lap. Okay, let's turn this cam off because I think I'm low on battery. I'm ready to do a little bit of road course. Now we're probably gonna call it a day. Holy shit, 11 minutes. All right, now I'm doing the road course. Air's at 0. All right. Fuck that up. That's okay, it's a warm-up lap. good for the tire to do that. Came in really fast there. Looks like some people are freaking showing up at the racetrack. Actually, I could drive that. That's the lesson. If I take the lesson next year, that's what I'm going to be driving. Nice car. Nice cockpit. How to prevent theft.